see Sword's approach.
Wow.
And actually, he goes for an oldie, but not necessarily considered a goodie on patch 9.4.
Remember that's possible because that's the best at taking down turrets.
This first Drake, later than we would have expected, given the priority. Could have been around the time the turret plates will be taken, but it will be Mountain Drake around the strong lane for SKT. Purely because they went Sword as Urgot last pick, ostensibly just to have the Fear Beyond Death. They've gone to the Mountain Drake here. Will we see our first contest? Urgot lies in wait.
Yeah, SKT definitely want to get this double stack of Mountain Drakes. They are going to pick up the aggro. It is going to be Teleport coming in, answered immediately, but it's an earlier one for Griffin, who want to get this team fight working. It's a fantastic stopwatch in the backline. Teddy dives into the back of the pit, but has to immediately exit. Somehow cleared. He's going to stay alive, and it's going to be Braum that picks up the first blood. But Griffin are still fighting. Khan has the World Ender, and he's going to be okay. Faker limps away from this fight, but he's on the wrong side of the map, and that's going to be the W landing from Viper. Doesn't have the ultimate, remember, so can't actually follow. That's going to be just Mata picking up a kill, and SKT
happening in this game. It's taken a while, but they finally engineered a full reset. It is a Rage Blade timing winner, getting a bit feisty. The Taunt Flash there is a big investment, given that Toby wasn't actually in position to full channel a Paddle Star and get a stage game. And I think for the first time, we're seeing them look a bit mortal. They seem a little bit off the pace compared to before, when they decided
they're going to be able to team fight extremely well. Whether they can in upcoming fights is going to be the question, as Faker doesn't find the chain, but it's all guaranteed, and they're not going to lose anything.
And this is what happens when you have map control. Everything goes insanely massive scaling advantage, and they pull the trigger.
Oh, Paranoia is coming in. Sword gets into a great position with the flash. Gets Faker out of the way. Distortion even further as now the Trouble Bubble lands onto Khan. The re-engage though from SKT is Sword. Very, very low. Stopwatch keeps him alive. Spirit's Refuge from Lahens as he's buying so much time in the back line. The flash forward Marta doesn't get it as the Perch Shield comes up for Sword. Now Khan with his stopwatch gets himself out of this fight, and there are no kills just yet. This is just ridiculous. Just Lahens falling.
Toby chasing.
As Toby, looking for it. Faker's going to stay alive. Guardian Shield is going to help even more as the Guardian Angel is going to be in there, and now Sword looking for the backline. Where is he going though as Khan? He's over the wall. He's backing, and now Toby might be in trouble. Oh my goodness, Teddy grabs it with the explosive charge, and now Khan cancels his back cleared. Gets on in there, Infernal Chains, gets the pullback, and the Urgot could be going down. 4 kills looking to be on the line now for SKT.
They're able to pick up, actually immunes the Fear Beyond Death. And then we think, okay, now surely it's over, but it's never over.
And it was absolute finesse in this team fight as well. Clear calls for the turnarounds. Just amazing stuff. We're already into a fight. Klid's going to get taken down here by Viper as Griffin are looking to turn this game around. That's a great Trouble Bubble landing on Mata, but he stands behind Teddy as they're going to try and go back for this one. Khan does find Tarzan on the back end, but the fear is going to tether. Mata goes into his stopwatch, but remember, it's a 4v5. Guardian Angel does go down, as now Khan dives into the front line. Faker can't find his way in. Griffin loses
on this moment though, and like we mentioned, Klid comes up, but it's with Baron buff wherever he goes, right? Mid, top, or bot. It should never happen. SKT have complete run of the map.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to take their second Mountain Drake here, making basically,
at the end of the day, so hard to have any threat onto this high damage just on. Meanwhile, they
can't quite get to this fight, but they are going to break open the base. SKT, it took them a while. They don't even have the Baron. Klid's going to be standing on this ward here for Griffin as he does sidestep. Chovy's not landing the bubbles that he needs to, and speaking of which, Sword's going to take so much damage. Garbo Stoneplate, is it going to be enough to actually keep him alive? As here's the re-engage. Tarzan dives into the backline, but Teddy is going to be able to kite him out. Sword is out of this fight, he's got no health, and the kickback just for the disengage. The grinder is going to come in, but there's a GA, and now Griffin do regroup. They do get themselves together as that taunt onto Khan was exceptional, and now Teddy going to get knocked up. Lahens destroyed in the backline, and it's actually Teddy that throws the auto attack. Now Chovy taking damage, and the Tristana with 2 kills in this fight should be able to help destroy the Griffin base.
2 teams fighting at such a high level in the team fights, both of them understanding when they can go in and when they have to respect. Teddy able to re-engage. They're going to get 2 inhibitors out of this. I don't know if Griffin can mount a defense, and Braum in the front should make it guaranteed.
This is absolutely beautiful from SKT. And the Purple Worm is going to belong to SKT, much like we assumed it would.
Back team fighting more than they should have, given the balance level. By the way, picture is an Elder Star. It ends up being pretty even, more than Griffin deserved. Now we're on Elder. Can they pull a rabbit out of a hat?
Yeah, it looks like they're going for this 50-50. Sword's going to come in with the smite. Paranoia does come down. Who's going to get it? It is going to be the Urgot, as now SKT have to fight with this disadvantage, but they still want it. It's still so much damage as Tarzan is torn apart. He still doesn't have his GA back up again, and SKT are going to have the man advantage. Good stun is going to come down. Stand United, not enough as Chovy is eradicated on the back end, and now Lahens, he's relegated to just trying to buy time for Griffin. Another double kill for Teddy.
It's an emergency Elder Dragon just because they know with no map control, no inhibitors, they're going to lose it anyway. Unfortunately, that means SKT just take the fight. They make the right decision. They stand up to the Elder Drake, and they might just end the game right now.
Yeah, they're looking to. They will break open the base in all 3 lanes first, as this minion wave is going to conga line forward. Void Seeker often has to be respected, but not this time. It's 40 minutes. It's a level 18 Tristana. Only a few auto attacks, and these Nexus turrets are going to be history, and SKT may have made history now against Griffin. The second map that this team has ever taken from the Young Guns, and the Nexus will go down. SK Telecom are victorious.
SK Telecom T1 to the huge roar of LoL Park will win game, and we see it.
Oh, let's go.
Khan's bringing back the Riven. He's feeling the 9.4, and is it today versus yesterday? And SK doesn't know this thwarted.
Yep, Gang Sense is tingling here as it's a good unbreakable. Marta's going to mitigate a lot of this damage, but is it going to be enough? Flashes out of the way as now Teddy's looking to jump onto Viper. First Blood will go down as eventually Lahens gets it with the back end of the Ignite, and thankfully Repel exists. Teddy gets cocooned. Oh my god, cool guys don't look at explosion.
Doesn't feel like he can stay for the extra one. I see that the turret plate is
going to
cashed
go.
in.
Because now Sword could be in trouble. Great knockup comes in from Clid. Another one to follow there from Khan. Teleport from Faker is a little bit late. The stopwatch timing is in there as Clid is able to get a double kill for Faker. And they just looked like they were playing a different game throughout most of their scrims or something like that. It was very, very strange. Shelly did go over to Griffin here this time around though, and this is not that story. Mountain Drake is going to be the trade here as Lahens taking a lot of damage. Good pulverize. Gets a lot done, but you can see SKT, they just want to take down this turret to answer the top lane pressure that Griffin are putting down.
Think of a different game, Atlas, where the 2 kills don't go the way of SKT, and there wouldn't have been trades. There would have been just Griffin getting things.
Yeah.
Griffin is trying to recreate the game state when they got the double kill by playing active, and they will get this second turret. SKT's fighting back more than you might expect, and Faker's actually taking the claw.
Yeah, he's actually going to throw down the ultimate there. Chovy misses his.
Hold on to that ult. Off the cooldowns, it feels like the Drake lead. Griffin haven't gotten that. For an assassination.
Yeah, that cocoon is going to land that this time as Faker's just going to get taken out. The CC bar too long, and now teleport can't be cancelled anymore. Khan has to get the hell out of here. Does get the stun in. The flash has to be used as SK.
The kill can be swift, Atlas. That was really fast onto Faker. They will be going on Lissandra hunting season to get
Tarzan as well, and a decent amount of damage to come out as Tarzan is going to do it again. Oh, Faker.
That's what happens when Elise starts it. You die fast. We said it about Riven. Saying the same about Faker. Nothing he can do here. Now, Baron threat from a Callista and Elise. Thank you to the observers. We learn how this happens. Actually comes over with the third Q with the cooldown reduction. He's going to have the next one available. Sword tries running away. He never invests his flash. Watch the wind slash. It's not actually the execute, but by this point, Sword, who had swapped over to Ghost, knows he has nowhere to go.
Yeah, that was a teleport comes in from Faker as Griffin have an idea that they're being routed. That's the disdain to come in. The claw is very, very late as Marta is tanking up most of it. Double stun comes into the back line for the Riven, but has he bitten off too much as the Urgot gets the first kill? But Faker, so much damage in the back line, and Khan is able to keep himself alive for so long. Even Faker goes into his stopwatch. Khan gets one. It's onto the spider as Lissandra does go down. Valor, will it be available? Yes, it will, as Khan's taking them on a merry ride in their own jungle. Do they chase the Riven, or do they try and deny this outer turret going down in the mid lane? As Khan's just taking them all over this map.
Because he's stopping them getting Baron. He wants to delay what he feels like is a pretty inevitable death, and he might escape.
Yeah, he doesn't even hit Lahens. He has to invest his flash. The headbutt's now on cooldown. Stun does come in with the trample, but Viper isn't actually going to get there in time. Khan's just too fast.
And they're actually on the Mountain Drake at the same time. Now, Chovy is a raid boss. They need to really consider their options here. Sword does not have smite.
This is what happens when Khan levels up his play. I guess he just changes how SKT are able to play. SKT now trying to get vision around this Baron. The face check onto the Elise could be a problem, but Chovy in even more trouble as Khan's teleported in. They're committing to this one. Cataclysm goes down after the flash, but the Sterix is there. Clid tanking up the turret. Gargoyle, Stoneplate is there. Chovy just tanking this one up. Khan eventually gets it. The GA is going to keep him alive for a moment, but how long as Faker makes his way forward? Double kill for the Ribbon, and Khan once again in order to get Sword to pick up a smite, nothing like that. The exhaust is what's there, and Griffin, they want to fight for this good double knock up there from Lehend, but Faker gets in, stuns everyone up. Yeah, Viper is free hitting from the backline, no Mata. It's going to go down. That is a gigantic grinder from Sword as now Clid limps away. What's going on here? But the smite, I don't think is going to be enough. There's so many sticks in this Baron, you can see them protruding. And the number on this friend is going to be so high. Don't even need it, really, as Tarzan's going to get that smite. And Clid's not going to claim some bot side control as Khan's going to get rid of this last remaining outer turret. Teddy is very scary. Almost Infinity Edge online for that fourth item. There's the flash Q! And Faker once again just annihilated.
How can you self-ult? They're so decisive on all those moments, they're going for more.
Yeah, exactly right. Lehend's going to get another pulverizer headbutt. Clears a ragdoll, and now he's dead. Viper grabs that one with the Ren. Khan, the last batch. 20 seconds until Faker is back up again. He does have teleport available, but I don't know what that means necessarily for saving this mid inhibitor. Tarzan's even going to leave. He feels like he's not even necessary for this fight, and he's absolutely right. As Viper is going to be able to auto this inhibitor down. Base broken. And Griffin are going to be able to do so.
And they got the fallback Inferno. That's why Viper goes. Griffin's already called. He's already got it. But that's been Griffin feasting on him in little half-second moments. Yeah, let's send 5 bad guys against Khan from now on.
Yeah. But Faker.
Griffin don't want to actually pull the trigger on a more aggressive turret dive. They've been lulled into a false.
Still tanking this one up. Clid doesn't know that he's quite there yet as the trample is set up.
Hens knows where Khan is. It's important information.
This Baron is going extraordinarily low as Faker's looking for this flank. Should be able to claw his way forward. Gets on top of the Baron. It's the Callista that picks it up. But can SKT actually win the fight? The Cow is down first, but Teddy is stunned on the backline. Chovy diving for him. Mata could be his first one to go down, but he can see the damage. This is just ludicrous in the backline. He's going to go down to the G, and SKT, they just can't get back to the fight. Sword even holds on to his GA in amongst all of it.
That could have been the moment. The Baron steal was up, and they're looking for more.
Oh, Tarzan taking so much damage there. The GA is going to get popped as the back is stopped on Sword's side. Griffin still trying to do more. They know that Urgot is dead. But look at this. The inhibitor has just respawned and it should get taken down. And look at the minion wave on the top side.
Tarzan has to face it. This was guerrilla warfare. He'll die instantly.
Oh my goodness. He's able to get himself out of the way. That means the back is going to get stopped. This is actually ludicrous. Okay, the cocoon is going to land and the back is going to get continued here by the Lucian. He gets in there and now Tarzan, perfect timing, going to jump on top of Mata. Teddy, can you actually do it? Can you save this game? And I don't know whether you actually can. Clid is going to get back up again. Viper dancing around, and Griffin have tied up the series.
But man, was it close, Atlas. We see them.
With that elastic slingshot, and here we go. All right. Tarzan's going to pull the trigger. He's played this once before, and it was terrifying.
I just said it out loud, but 500, 600 health, but not much more.
Yep. Sword actually going to go aggressive here. Dives back in, because the ghouls are going to get mad as well, but going to have to be Clid that tanks up this turret. He's actually just going to close on in here. It's not going to be the elastic slingshot to open this, as he's going to get connected to the tower. The Dark Procession is in there as Clid. Going to land a couple of autos, but the passive is not enough. The flash eventually gets used from Khan, as now the Bloblets should go down to the turret teleport. Has to be invested as Clid does respawn. Khan
turning to summon has been down.
Yeah, acceleration gate going to come in. Oh, that's a beautiful weight there on the headbutt. He's in the baby cage and he's dead. The Jace had no chance. Griffin strike.
And because that was only with tabbies, we're seeing a next level. Notice the level lead for Tarzan. He's level 8.
Yep, special delivery on Mata there as well. Unbreakable once again mitigating a lot as Tarzan going to get knocked up. Clid finally comes on in there, but that's a beautiful head bonk as Tarzan is able to limp away, but Khan has to flash to get out of the Dark Procession as another pulverize comes on in. Clid does have the cell division available once again, but Faker doesn't have teleport. Khan doesn't have teleport, and that means that Clid doesn't have his life.
Everyone packs up at 2,600 gold. really bursting out of nowhere, and a Drake to back it up. Should have been DPSing him out, but Khan wants to poke. Smite is down for Tarzan.
Full vision available here as Klid's just going to walk on up. Khan still around the area. We're going for the Smite fight. It's not quite there yet for Tarzan, but Klid's biding his time. They're just waiting for it. His sword just solo kills Khan. He was limping at that area here. This is Griffin winning an early game and also expanding this lead much faster than what SKT were able to do in their victory in game number 1. Remember, Orange Time, this feels like it's naturally heading towards an advantage for Griffin, but it might stop now as swords get him booped around the Maiden, doing a bunch of work, and that's 800. He's going to lie in wait just in case Faker tries to challenge. Faker smarter than that. He's not going to, but this means free out of turret going over to Griffin, and solo local gold going over to Chovy. 450 in the back pocket.
And the Hex Smash tells them and confirms there's a ward over the wall.
Lying in wait here as he's just going to walk straight up to melee range with Tarzan. The flash comes in, but there's the charm. See you later, mate. Last caress is going to get him out of there, but Sword was the one tank. Klid's going to turn up, walks over a control ward, and as he kills it, his bottom lane inner turret is going to go down, and Griffin are actually fighting on multiple fronts. Faker is able to...
being zoned away, unexplored. We return to the action. Third Drake unanswered, it's a Cloud, and actually will be a third Cloud. Even Chovy has quite a decent stack of magic resist. Remember that you also shred magic resist.
Oh
Faker,
my
he's
god, barrier or not, you are just dead.
Evelyn burst range, huh? And so far, Griffin have been just a little bit better as Tarzan shows up and everyone gets the hell out.
Yeah, it's nice timing, but is it actually going to be enough? Good double knock up there as Marta throws down the ultimate, but the Pulverize is also great. Teddy, he has the shield. Viper's in trouble, and Teddy somehow survives. Now in the backline, Khan's keeping everyone busy as Tarzan has been given up. Lehens just pulverizes the Lucian, but look at the Faker damage. That is just insane, as now Sword, not a lot of options, and Chovy's already out of here. This should be Baron and SKT back in the driver's seat.
That is the turning moment. They get the pick onto the Kalista, who goes too aggressively to pick up the kill. Griffin didn't need to do that. They flexed, and now SKT's on Baron.
Yeah, Chovy's trying to grab whatever he can. I believe this will be out of turret, falling in the mid lane for Griffin, but the Baron will go to SKT. 3,000 gold to lead for Griffin. This power play should be able to get SKT in this game.
People will say how unlucky. He should have died. They make a decisive call that isn't the best, and they can't pull it off. And that means SKT have a lot to like now. They can make the game.
This is exactly what you want as Sword comes in and even gets a turret against the run of play. Powered recall.
It's only going to be a trade down, though. It's very hard for it to be a trade up. And what do SKT have? What does Griffin have left? Can they actually find threat in any of the side lanes? Your first thought is no. We're going to whack her down with Demolish Procs onto inner turrets. Not often will you see Spear of Shojin and also Black Cleaver in a build, just because of overcapping or the fact that you're not Kalista impression.
Yeah, well, I mean, the real Kalista is on the other side of the rift, but Viper hasn't been able to find the team fight safety that he had delivered to him on a silver platter in game number 2.
Speaking of the other side of the rift, Sword doesn't have teleport. They're going to lose at least an inhibitor here, and Sword cannot match the pace.
Yeah, Faker is also setting up the Sand Soldiers to make sure that he's safe from an Evelyn flank. Tarzan is lying in wait. He does have an opportunity, but he just can't take it right now. He cannot survive against the SKT onslaught as Faker. Banshee's Veil there, now on cooldown.
Baron buffs have worn out. There's no Baron buff recall. That's why they're pushing to stop SKT from full channel back.
It is actually going to be an even trade, and that is in fact, yeah, that's a Baron.
We're seeing a lot of action here.
Yeah, inhibitor, but that's going to be the ultimate to come out from Viper. Throws in the face call. The kidnap is brilliant, though. And that's what we were talking about. Chovy, he's going to get taken down, but can Sword win the game here off the back of this? Lehen's in so much trouble. Viper is going to die. No one's back. No one's there. It's a quadra kill for Teddy, but Khan is the one that gets in.
He can't take a 1v1.
Yeah, can he actually take down Sword? There are minions, but he can't do enough damage. Faker turns up. And now SKT should be able to win the game.
This is what it takes to take down Griffin in the regular season. The one throw, but the close from Teddy. Plays to his items, he pushes up, and SKT are going to win.
And Griffin, the cojones to go for that kind of play, to go for the base trade. In the end, it's going to be SKT walking away with it, but the calculations just minutely off for a Sword to be able to win that for Griffin. SKT have done it, the first loss for Griffin.
Around the Baron, is he around the base? It's the base.
Yeah, Control Ward goes in, there's the flash from Khan. He just wants to kill the Evelyn before she can get there, but Sword has teleported forward and powered recalls are going to be available, but Griffin, can they actually make this win? Oh my god! They turn it on its head, and Griffin have won the best of 3 we've seen in 2019 LCK.
There's a Peke, and there's that finish where actually the Evelyn is a cunning ruse. They get in there, they end the game, and SKT, for all their hard work, for all that adaptation, they go down to Griffin.
Oh my goodness, and you can see Viper just launches himself towards Tarzan. They know who the mastermind of that play was. We've mentioned how smart this guy is. That was a next level smart. You can see SKT fans just devastated. They barely understand what happened. We could barely understand what was happening as it was happening. And SKT couldn't get back to their own home to defend it.
The 18-0 undefeated season could not have come closer to being ended. It felt like it would end on a whim. SKT had everything ready to go, but it doesn't happen. Griffin get to bow to the fans. They have defeated SKT in one of the most famous best of 3s we will ever have the pleasure of